Knock, knock. Who's there?
Hello.
Not Tim Allen.
Hello. Back in the day, it was him doing coke off a level.
Off a level? Oh.
It's not like a level.
I did not think he could keep it level.
It's him in a tool. He's got a tool belt, and he's got like a hammer and a screwdriver.
It's a tool belt, but it just
bag of blow.
It's a tool belt, but every belt just has rolled up dollar bills sticking out of it.
The tool man, that guy's fixed.
And like he's got like
that's where that comes from.
He's got a balance beam scale in one of them.
Balance beam scale.
Well, it's it was before digital scales probably.
I was like when you go to a hardware store.
It was the 80s.
And you ask for like a tool, and I'll just ask for it.
DVD.
The show from the Tim Allen Show.
That would be good to just go in and not know what anything is. Be like, I got these nails and I don't know what to do with them.
I'm building a house. I'm building a whole fucking house.
I got all these nails, but what else do I need?
I got everything delivered. I thought there'd be like an IKEA type.
No instructions. Pamphlet. No instructions.
Just raw lumber. They go, it's untreated. And I go, well, it's certainly not a treat.
I don't feel very treated.
I go, we'll treat you to some lumber. And I go, hey man, just because this lumber's covered with syrup doesn't mean it's a treat.
Just because you put all this mayonnaise on it.
That's what treated wood is. Is regular wood, but they're like, let's put some fucking...
They put some caramel on
delicious lacquer.
Dip it in caramel.
Let's put some fucking tasty stain.
Chocolate-covered lumber. I go
to that very weird show.
I had a good mishearing somebody moment the other day. A coworker was like, do you want to see this funny picture my friend Maddie sent me? Or not my friend Maddie, his girlfriend, mother of his child.
You can be nothing better than being friends with the mother of your child.
they're BFFs.
That might be bad, because then what if you need to talk to somebody about trouble with your friend and or baby mama?
But he was not saying that. He was talking about a different friend of his whose dog's dick, the dick is always out.
Oh.
So I thought I was going to look at like a picture of a cute kid, but then he showed me his phone and it was just a picture of this dog with his dick out.
With his dick out.
Well,
Have I met this dog?
Red Rocket.
Is this dog live in Louisville?
I mean, it's not a foreign dog.
At some point in the past few months, I've met a dog whose dick was always out.
They might have been the same dog.
I think it's possible.
Was the guy on a bike?
No. I don't talk to people on bikes. The only time I talk to people on bikes is I wave them down. I hold my CD out and then I point to it and I go, "Hey man, you like good music?" And then I wave them down at like the red light.
Yeah.
And then I go like, "Hey man, it's $20 online, but I'll do 2 for $20 for you in person right now. You can give it as a gift. It's hip hop. Kids are gonna love it." So other than that,
I'm a rapper.
I don't talk to people on bikes.
Don't ask me to rap.
Don't ask me to rap now.
It's a green light. We're holding up traffic. You better give me your money.
Hey man, if you saw a guy selling cupcakes on the side of the road, personally, you'd probably think, hey, that guy believes in his cupcakes. Those must be some good cupcakes.
That's not what I would think.
Damn it. Then I run and I get into a van and drive away quickly. I'm gonna start too. I'm gonna start getting like a street team. You should be like one of my generals because you sold all those Bibles.
Bibles, Playboys, fireworks. I had a whole array of wares.
We'll get you, and then you'll find a bunch of like fresh out of high school. You know what I mean? Kids who haven't even had the chance to drop out of college.
I'll start hanging out at the skate park.
Yeah, and then you just get some like, you know what I mean? Kids who are like, wait until someone gets kicked out of Mag Bar.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey man, you need to turn your life around.
Is that ID fake? Well, listen, man. If you work hard, I bet you get a better fake ID.
You get a better fake ID. We're with my crew. We're gonna get into.
I pay kids in fake IDs.
We're gonna get in a conversion van. We're gonna drive to Richmond, Kentucky.
We're gonna head out to Bloomfield.
Yeah, we're gonna go to any town that might get a Walmart.
It might.
Any town
Maybe.
where they have gossip on Facebook that's like, I heard we're getting a Walmart. We're going to Google search, I heard we're getting a Walmart.
We're going to go to every town within a 15-mile radius of Bardstown.
Yeah. And then we're, you know what I mean? We just post
Where
up.
Bardstown is the big city.
We post up at the biggest gas station that is next to the biggest McDonald's. And then when people are like
2 lanes?
when people are like, hey,
These people are living.
hey, you can't be loitering in the gas station parking lot. We go, we're in the McDonald's parking lot.
Bitch.
And then an hour later, when a guy dressed up like a clown comes out, and he's like, I manage the McDonald's. You're gonna be like, motherfucker, we're at the show.
All right, let's start over. I don't think any of this has been usable. This has been...
You know, things
This has been 7 minutes of utter gibberish.
No, I'm describing a business model I'm doing. Where I'm gonna go sell fake rap CDs that I made.
You sound like me trying to explain my Bible salesman
That's why
scheme.
I said you're the perfect.
While I was in the middle of doing it.
You're gonna be one of my generals.
Not afterwards when I was like, this was obviously a bad idea. But how I was explaining it in the middle of it.
We're gonna get, you know what? Everybody knows the stand-up comedy boom's over.
It's done.
But everybody also knows 5 small towns are 5 years behind the times.
I just saw that. I saw that Conan sold his podcast network, which I thought it was just his podcast. I didn't know he had a whole network. He sold it to Sirius XM for $150 million.
And Steve Aoki has sold a pair of shoes for a gajillion to McDonald's.
You've seen The Big Short, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they come back from Florida and Steve Carell's like, there's a bubble! There's a bubble! Yeah. Short it! That was how I felt when I saw that. I was like, can I short podcasts?
Yeah, dude, it's over.
I'm pretty sure Bert Kreischer's going to be homeless.
No. That guy's got 1 million homes.
He's the machine.
He's the machine. He can go live in Russia.
He can go back and run. He can move back with the Russian gangsters that he made up.
Anytime you can move back to Russia and we'll throw you in a prison for lying.
Lying is the number 1 offense in Russia.
Lying.
Russians hate lying.
They don't like lying. They don't.
No Russian has ever lied.
No, they like honesty.
Yeah, they're an honest country.
Yeah, that's why we should maybe get some Russian guys on the squad.
I would love to.
And then we're in a small town and they're like, it's good rap, my boss makes it.
We do know
I lie.
We do know a guy named Igor.
Yeah,
unfortunately he's Irish.
No, but you know what I mean? Our plans, we're gonna get people to bottom out their lives, and then we're gonna scoop them up.
Get them hooked on heroin.
No, we get Igor hooked on vodka. And you know what I mean? Every time we have him do a shot, we're like, Nostrovia.
Nostrovia. That means sell a CD in Russian.
Sell a fucking CD. Dude.
That means sell a fucking CD for once.
You're gonna take my copy of Dan's Dirt Road Odyssey.
He's just like, listen, I know it's in a bar, but I do own a restaurant. This is kind of a lot.
No,
you're asking a lot of me.
That guy owns a restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, restaurant.
The one in
the bar?
Beep, 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 beep.
No, you don't have to say it. Just give me the address.
You don't have to say the name. Just give the exact address.
Give
me the exact address.
Just read some of the reviews on Facebook. What's their famous menu item?
Pizza.
Oh, that doesn't help. Oh, now I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
That all right.
That's good. Boring. It's good za.
I was hoping it would be a cool answer.
They got sandwiches too.
No, I know. Well, don't be too specific, man. Now people can Google places with pizza and sandwiches that are either in Louisville or Franklin, Tennessee, or a lot of other cities.
Hey, I've spent time in lots of places.
Yeah, we've
got lots of friends all over the world. We got friends all over the world.
I've been to South Carolina together. You ever heard of Gria? All right, let's start the podcast. Live from the internet.
Live from New York. I'm Pete Davidson.
I bet 10 years ago, if you had started a podcast by going live from the internet, people would have been like, that shit's so cool.
Lock the gates.
Do that on every episode.
Lock the gates.
Yeah. That's not even my fucking name. It's the internet, baby.
Before the boom gets over, I'm going to start being like...
I don't even my name. This is a Kingsport, Tennessee Walmart parking lot.
Before the boom is over, I'm just going to become like a podcast producer. I just show up with this, and then I don't touch the levels at all.
No, don't do anything.
I literally do nothing.
And then each week, just be like, you guys, I listen to the mix. You guys got to sit closer and further away from the mic.
You sit closer, you sit further. I need to start turning this thing on.
Yeah. No, the best thing to do is just learn how to edit people's stand-up comedy clips into 15-second things that say, like, comedian makes fun of single mom who lost their kid.
Wow, what a loser.
There's a video of some guy going, and you're here tonight? I thought you were a mom. Not no more.
Not no more.
And then everyone comments, dude.
That's a lot.
They go blank, 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 blank. You're mean. I don't think bullying is comedy.
It is, though. Isn't that where comedy started? Was just being mean to people? I refuse to believe that the first ever joke was nice.
The first ever joke was the guy being like...
There's no way that the first time a guy crushed it, he was just being he was being Ted fucking Lasso.
He was doing the first time a guy crushed it, he was doing observational comedy.
Yeah, he was talking about...
I'm trying to think of what it would be, but there was no culture.
There wasn't
so how can
anything.
you subvert nothing? How can you be like, hey, why
hungry when no eat? Huh?
Hey, that would be pretty funny.
Why don't they make the whole stomach out of food?
You know, be a good... No, this would be... That's a great joke. They should do that joke.
That's a caveman joke.
You go back and do that, and the cavemen are like, what? And you're like, because that black box joke. Like, wait, what? You're like, well, they have these thing in airplanes that when the airplane crashes, this thing doesn't...
Air?
This thing inside the other thing doesn't get damaged.
Thing inside thing? Like, ooh, I like thing inside thing.
Why not make all thing inside thing? And then they high five, and you're like, God damn it.
I got him.
You fucking stole my joke. Why don't they make the whole stomach out of food?
I don't know.
God kind of did that, though.
What?
He was like, hey, your body can also be food. You fucking fat ass. I'll eat it from the inside.
So what you been doing? Skateboarding?
Oh, yeah. It's a grind. You've seen an ollie.
Not off 7 stairs.
I always hate, because I always like when I'll be walking around, you'll see people skating, and there's often like 3 people, and one guy's got video, and then a guy's like trying to do a cool trick, and he keeps like
fucking
failing.
Beefing.
It's a hard trick. And then the other guy who's just hanging out, he's just doing like a regular kickflip, and then I walk by and I go, whoa, hell yeah.
That guy knows how to skateboard. You suck.
That guy is cool.
You suck.
And I feel like that an equivalent is like with you know what I mean?
Like just hitting up an open mic?
No, it's like when you're looking at some TikTok video and you're like, oh, that guy's crushing. Then you're like, no, he's not. Fuck.
Oh, wait.
I'm doing 45 minutes in front of
This guy's doing 15 seconds.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
In front of, maybe no one.
That guy's buddy is on the lab. Someone is credited in this TikTok.
You on the talk a lot?
No.
TikTok?
I don't much like watching it. I think TikTok and Instagram, all that video shit is like fake. Like it's robot stuff. Like just liking it.
Yeah.
To get people addicted to making more content.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
For Rococo. No, I got my Nissan Sentra. The front bumper finally fell all the way off. Because that duct tape finally gave up.
Well, you don't need a front bumper.
No, you don't. It drives better now.
I did. I done.
But you know what? Now I can't bump.
I was about to
they are for to bump, and I can't.
I was looking around at some sketchy Hollers. I was down in a small town in Alabama.
Okay.
And I was doing some exploring.
Yeah.
And I ran into one of those dead end situations where you're like, oh.
This is a bad dead end.
I shouldn't. This guy definitely owns every house on this street. And he bought them off of no one.
He just has them now.
He owns them all. And I'm essentially in his living room. If all these houses are his house, I'm in the living room.
I pulled my car.
So I was doing a quick turnaround, and then I backed into a stop sign like thing, and then it was like, I was like, what the fuck? And then it was fine, so I just kept driving. I didn't know it was fine. I just kept driving until I checked much later. That's the fun thing about exploring.
You wreck your car.
No, is that you're like, oh man, there's nothing here. Oh, except danger.
The only thing I could possibly find is a thing that I do not want to be around.
Danger.
Yeah.
No, man, but then
a man who considers himself a king.
No, that guy definitely had some sort of title.
He's the Duke
of Aniston.
Yeah.
No, man, I was down in Aniston, Alabama, and they got a big chair.
Yeah.
It used to be the biggest chair in the world.
Okay.
And then now it's the biggest office chair in the world.
Does it spin?
You know, I did ask, I'll tell you this part, and then I'll explain my question. I was taking a little photo.
Yeah.
And I noticed another fella taking a photo. And I was like, what are the odds? Another guy taking a big chair photo. I bet there's only a few of us every day. And then I'm talking to him, and he's like, I've been coming here for 30 years. I never see anyone else here.
Been coming to the big chair for... Is that where he sleeps?
No, he's not even from around there. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana, which is hours away from Alabama.
Did you ask his reasoning?
Oh, we talked for about a half hour.
I hope so.
Under the shade.
Did you sit in the chair?
No, it's too big. It's so fucking big, Eric.
You can't even get in it?
It's in it.
I wouldn't call that a chair if you can't sit in it.
You could sit on it.
Then why didn't you?
Because it's so tall up, I'm afraid of heights.
Oh my god.
No, it's a big chair. You're not supposed to get up to it. Although me and this guy have talked about it, because this guy knew so fucking much about that big chair.
How much is there? Okay.
Well, it can at least support a VW bus.
Because they did that.
Because at one point they did that.
He did that.
And then I said, well, that means it definitely can support a band. And he said, oh yeah, we could have a band play up there. And he said,
rock and roll chair.
And then I said, that'd be cool. And then he said, let's get Tears for Fears. And then I started laughing uncontrollably because I was high talking to some stranger about a chair.
And their idea of a rock and roll band is Tears for Fears.
No, but Eric, he actually made a funny joke. Because apparently they have an album called Music from the Big
true.
Chair.
They do have that album. That's their one.
We met a funny boomer.
That's their one.
I was there. In spirit.
I was there. You didn't realize you'd called me from your pocket.
No, I have a video. I had like a 1.5 minute video of me asking about the chair. He told me that he grew up and his grandparents lived in that town, and he got the Guinness Book of World Records in 1983.
Okay.
And it's a new edition, the world's largest chair. And then he said, whoa. And he looked it up and he said, oh my God, that's right down the street from Grandma and Grandpa's house.
I hope they're okay.
And then I jokingly said, man, so that like impacted your life? And then he went, yeah, so I've seen about 20 big chairs.
He's looking for other big chairs?
He told me about so many big chairs.
Did he tell you about the big chair in front of George Jones' house?
No.
The big rocking chair.
That thing ain't nothing.
I don't think this guy knows what the hell he's talking about.
I bet that guy, if you showed him a picture of that chair, he wouldn't even laugh. He would ignore it.
I don't think this guy knows what the hell
No, he definitely knows what he's talking about. He mentioned the biggest rocking chair. It's in Illinois. Because he said, you got to check out this chair in Southern Illinois. And then I said, well, how big is that chair? And he went, it's a little bit smaller than this one, but it's a rocker. And I was like, what? And then he's a rocking chair. And I was like, oh. There's so many moments in this conversation where I was like, are you also high? And then I was like, oh no, he just loves chairs. He'd be like, they got this chair in Georgia. Don't go to it. Yeah, there's this one in Georgia he kept telling me not to go to.
What was his reasoning?
He said it's all the way up a mountain and you go up it and then it's just like nothing. He would
it's
do
not
this
even that big.
He would trail off and then start laughing to himself. He's like, and you go up there, it's like, it's like nothing.
Who cares about this chair?
And I'm just picturing him driving 45 minutes out of trip with his family. And then being like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this shit right here?
I could sit in this.
I can sit. That's not a big chair.
That ain't a big chair.
I can get up in it.
Yeah, it'd be a funny photo if they're like, not even a photo, I guess, but they're like some criminal. They're like, we sentence you to death via the chair. They're like, the electric chair? No, we're hanging you from the
big chair. The big chair in Aniston.
Yeah. He's like, Your Honor, can't I at least get the world's largest chair?
Can I please get hung from the chair in Georgia? Well, your feet would touch the ground.
You're fucking goddamn tall.
I know what your game is.
Now the best would be hope to be hung from the front or back of that chair in Illinois.
And then you could kind of...
And then the rock would hopefully get you low enough to where they're like, fuck.
Whoa.
We put too much slack. He's running now.
he's dragging the chair by his neck.
He's holding the rope so it's not strangling him, but nonetheless.
He's running.
He's got traction. Quick, have a big fat guy jump on the back end of the chair.
Tony!
Drunk. Slingshot. Suddenly the guy who killed all those kids is being slingshotted across town.
Whoa!
At his neck. The big chair. No, the big chair. That guy told me that he and his wife have talked about. Mind you, this guy I'm going to look up how far. This guy lives like 7 hours from this chair. And this chair is in a dead town.
Yeah. And
I'm not being offensive when I say that, because everyone in town, I'd be like, what is there to do here? They go, oh, it's a dead town. But you're here. You a fucking ghost?
Well, they don't actually live in Aniston.
No, some people do.
They just work at the Dollar General, and they live in Jennifer, Alabama.
How'd you know there's a Dollar General?
I bet you it wasn't a Dollar General market.
If I was Dollar General, I would, like, buy up...
I would feel bad. I would kind of not feel good.
This guy lives 7.5 hours from the big chair.
Okay.
And he and his wife have discussed buying it.
And moving it or keeping it there?
Oh, you gotta keep it there.
It's a dead town.
According to him, Eric...
Imagine the business you could get in Shreveport.
Well, no, Eric, that's one thing you gotta know about big chairs. You gotta go see them when they're around. Because storms, they blow over.
And Shreveport, hurricanes.
I don't think...
Is Shreveport coastal? I don't know.
It's not coastal. B, he's not trying to move the chair to Shreveport. He has
respect
for the chair.
If he has respect for the chair, then he should want to share it with the world.
It's really funny. The reviews of the chair on Google are just people being like, a great piece of Americana.
It's big.
A big chair.
Big. Someone should someone should book Tears for Fears.
I followed. It's that guy. I'm like, damn, he's got bits for all these fucking chairs now. They say the South is full of small towns. I don't know about that, but this Georgia chair.
This Georgia chair makes me think they must have a small... You put the whole town in that small chair. Small town, small chair.
That one you had to scroll down because it was not found useful. Yelp didn't find that review
marked as spam.
They assumed there was a link for free sunglasses. It was just the dad. No, his wife told him that you could only buy the chair if you won the lottery.
Is he gonna win the lottery?
Let's start using all negative $12 of the Patreon website. Let's start buying that guy a lottery ticket every week. We're gonna get it. What are you Googling? Big chairs?
I was just looking up the news.
Big chair talk. Nah. We have a lot of maps in this room.
Oh, the Juneteenth ice cream. You want to weigh in as a black man?
The Juneteenth ice cream?
You didn't see?
No, is Ben & Jerry's doing like a thing?
No, Walmart.
Walmart?
Yeah.
Dude, ridiculous. Oh my god. Next time me and my crew are down selling CDs, I'm gonna fucking
go in there.
If they sell enough, I'm gonna let them go into Walmart and buy their own ice cream.
Well, they've pulled it.
They pulled it. God damn it.
They've already pulled it. It apologized. It apologized. Walmart. Walmart was doing so good, dude, with fucking Amazon taking all the heat. Come on, dude. Do not get into racial politics.
It is wild how, like, my whole life it was like, Walmart's the devil. And now it's people are just like, help save our Walmart.
What are we going to do if Walmart closes?
Small towns are literally like, I hope we get a Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart is like a fucking like family business now compared to Amazon. Like, Walmart is basically a local business at this point.
Amazon just has like stickers that they're like, thanks for supporting us and not buying alien.com. The fucking aliens, guy. They're even bigger than Amazon. Jeff Bezos is writing personal notes to high-valued customers. When they do good,
letting them use their money I gave them.
No, when they sell enough CDs and show like you know what I mean? Initiative. Do good with like cleaning the van and driving and stuff. Then you know what I mean? They can go. They're allowed like, hey, 20-minute store time.
20-minute. Time starts now. Supermarket sweep.
Store time, and then I want you back here working double time for the next 20 minutes.
And then
to make up for the store.
And then you can eat your warm melted ice cream.
The unsold CDs. You can eat the CD that has cancelable material on it.
Rhode Island man accused of pulling sword in apparent road rage incident.
Uh-oh.
I like this guy.
That doesn't sound cool. Hey, who's that insurance company that offers the full shield protection?
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Fuck, that's health. God damn it.
Well, if you get stabbed by it.
Hey, this is the
kind of sword you got to bring, man.
Whoa! Eric had cops. There's a spring with a blade.
It's not a spring.
Rain Man as a narc. Spring with a blade.
It's a little lever.
That's not cigarette.
I had to use it to cut my bumper off.
Oh, really? Well, how'd you get it?
How'd I get it? I've always had it.
Oh, you just had it.
Yeah.
Okay. You made it sound like you were like, you needed to be like, hey.
Has anyone got a knife?
You called AAA and a guy just showed up with a knife.
You can keep it. Don't tell anyone where you got this thing.
Oh, no, I accidentally called Triple SA.
I accidentally called Triple X. Vin Diesel showed up in a helicopter and rappelled down.
I accidentally called Triple S, which is Vin Diesel who's got a lisp because he had some dental work. You ever watch Triple X?
I love that movie.
That's my new podcast. Is just I ask people where they were on 9/11, and then I just become really defensive about that idea, and I'm like, that's my thing. Asking people where they were on 9/11 is my thing from my podcast.
You start asking people and then you just like don't believe them. Like, are you sure you weren't, like in New York maybe rigging up explosives or anything?
It's just me with like random comedians and musicians, and then it's like episode 12. We've got a special one today. One of the terrorists.
You got Muhammad Atta or whatever the hell his name is.
Name. I didn't want to have the wrong name, but I knew. He's like the star. He's like the Jim.
He's the star. Yeah, he made it.
He did. What's that guy up to?
I don't know, man. You been having any trouble getting baby formula?
Oh, he's dead. Eric is Googling Britney Spears magazine covers.
Well, she put out those naked pictures. I don't need to do that anymore.
Did she put out naked pictures?
She accidentally Instagrammed a bunch of naked pictures of herself.
Someone needs to, like...
Look them up.
You know what I mean? Control her life and finances.
It was funny because I saw a news article about it, and all the comments were basically that. Of just being like, sounds like that conservatorship was a good idea. What, she's out... I thought I invented a new thing.
That would be great when people come full circle and they're just like, she needs help. She's not like a fit mother.
Someone needs to take over.
Someone needs to take control. No, Brittany, we all have tech snafus. This guy kept saying this weekend that I had a small penis. This other comic I was working with on stage.
Well, you shouldn't have shown it to him.
Well, at the end of the show, I kept doing bits like that, but he kept doing it. It was like annoying. Because the audience was like dumb enough that they kept being like, ha, he said it again.
Penis.
And then, so at the end of the show, I just said, when he was on stage and I was looking that way, I was in the back of the room and I just did the tuck. Yeah. And then I just pulled my pants down and I was like, thanks for coming out, everybody. Even though I don't have a penis. It's just... And it was
you should have gotten arrested.
Literally one of those moments where I was like, if this was a real place, someone would call the cops. Let's be honest, I'm 45 minutes away from any officer. Oh, sure, there's plenty of people with cop cars.
Decommissioned
cop cars with guns.
with a donut on it. Yeah. And 3 shotguns in the back. You know what I mean? But they're too busy laughing at my tuck.
You know, it's always fun when you do the tuck, though, because you're like, no, it's okay. You can't see my genitals. And then you realize, like, oh, anyone behind me didn't just see my anus, balls, and cock.
all of the bad things.
Yeah, it's all in one.
You didn't realize there was a mirror behind you.
That would be awesome. That's like for a thing for like a movie. That's really funny. Some guy
write that down for American Pie 14.
Like, it's one of those classy scenarios where you're doing the tuck.
Yeah. Well,
it's like grandma's 80th.
Yeah.
And you're doing the tuck. You're like, no, it's okay. No
one can see it.
It's okay. It's okay because grandma can't see my cock.
Yeah. And then you realize, whoa, the medicine cabinet.
And she was laughing beforehand.
She was laughing.
Because she was like, haha, my grandson's...
tiny penis.
Nothing.
Grandson's tiny penis.
This is always funny when you do the tuck because it's like, it doesn't look that far off from just someone who has a vagina.
It doesn't really, no.
So it is like a moment where you're like, hey, whoa.
What?
This is what I would look like. Yeah, you start fingering yourself.
It's the only way I can come now.
That'd be like a fun surprise porn video. It's just
surprise! I don't have a penis.
Someone doing the tuck, and you think they're a sexy lady, and then they're rubbing themselves, and then all of a sudden they like flop the tuck up, and you're like, whoa.
I'm sure that exists. There's no way that doesn't
there
exist.
wasn't a vagina there. You watch TV and you're like,
no.
Like, hey, I've been there. That'll happen.
I read.
No, but you're watching something and they're like, oh, it's a Jack Harlow's music video.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
You think Bill and Hillary Clinton are ever like watching the news together? And they were like, breaking news, Little St. James Island. And then Bill's just like, hey, we've been there.
Hey, we've been there.
Hey, we've been there.
Huh. You think they're going to dig up any of those graves?
That would be wild.
That would be wild.
Where do you think...
Wouldn't you just put them in a boat and drop them at sea, though?
I guess
you need to dredge the whole ocean.
These are the questions that Defiance Ohio have been asking for years. That's what that song's about. I grew up in Little St. James Island.
Something bad happened. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to write 18 songs about it.
What do they do with the bodies? No, man, that is wild. You just get a cremation oven.
Yeah.
That would be, if you were like someone who made stuff for rich people, that would be one of the best things you could do. It would be like an evidence burning box. But hey, it looks like a cooler for when you're going to
It looks like a ice machine.
Yeah, people just think you're getting ice.
But you move the ice away.
Yeah.
Shove a body in there.
And then melt it.
And
then Jeffrey Epstein's like, what do I do with all this ice? I don't fucking know.
Don't use it, man. That ice is dirty.
Yeah, you do not want to use that ice.
You don't clean out the tubes.
You don't use ice in hotels, do you?
Oh, yeah. God. Steven Tyler jizzes in those.
Hey, my kid,
Was that a real knock on the door?
I don't know. Oh, no.
Oh, that's just something happening.
And that's Steven Tyler who's coming in to be like, that wasn't me, man.
Come on, man. Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth.
I was like, you know where Aerosmith is from?
Cleveland.
That's a great guess. That's like, that should be the answer. That's more true than the truth.
Where?
Give me some more guesses.
Birmingham.
All right, that would be cool.
Toronto.
Hey, that'd be great. It's fun. I want to imagine them from more places.
Dayton, Ohio.
Boston. I know, right?
That's lame.
Harvard people.
They all went to Harvard. Well, all those rock stars went to, Mick Jagger went to the business school.
He did.
He went to the business school.
He went to the
Mick Jagger, he probably went to Harvard. The other people, Mick Jagger went to Harvard as well. Mick Jagger also went to MIT.
Mick Jagger went to the business school at Indiana University as well. He got a good program. Mark Cuban went there.
He did.
That's how they met.
My dad used to go to his bar when he went there.
The what?
He opened that bar when he was like a student.
Your dad went to Indiana University?
Yeah.
Did your dad know Mark Cuban?
They overlapped.
What?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't know each other, but they overlapped.
This never come up? What did your, I was about to say, what did your dad study? And where'd he go? Did he meet anyone interesting while there? No way. What was he studying while he was there?
No. I asked him one time if he ever met him, and he was like, I used to see him. I'm like, oh, so literally no stories.
Yeah. No, it's great when people are like, oh my God, you used to cross paths with that person who's famous now. It's like, do you have any stories? It's like, well, it's not like I was like paying attention to them.
I said I crossed paths.
It's not like I was like, at the time I was like, hey, that's Mark Cuban.
You know he wasn't famous yet, right?
Hey, that's Mark Cuban.
I didn't have a crush on him. I wasn't trying to fuck the guy.
Hey, no way. That's Mark Cuban. Who's he? A kid in my business school? I take photos of him sometimes. I'm gonna just take photos start going to college and take photos of all the kids and be like, one day one of you kids is gonna be famous.
One of you guys is gonna make it.
Yeah. The teacher's like, this is exploitive. I'm like, no, it's helping them believe in themselves.
They gotta believe.
And then I'm just outside selling them.
Would you like a 2x4?
No, but we were talking about this.
2x4. A classic.
You were talking. Hey, I'm not going to jail.
I ain't going to jail.
I'm a kid.
I'm a boy. I'm a baby.
Did they ever do that? The cops come in to bust someone for downloading child pornography, and they're like, oh, well, officer, here's my ID. And it's a fake ID that says that they're underage also.
What are you going to do now?
What are you going to do now? Legally, I'm 15.
What are you going to do now, bitch?
Someone in their own apartment. Like a big-ass beard.
No, man, cops are pussies, man. We should all just start beating them up when we see them.
Cut.
Do you think the LMPD is about to get taken down?
That is wild.
By Vice?
Yeah.
The Vice Squad.
The
Vice Squad takes on LMPD.
That is probably how they were able to get all that info.
They were like, we're calling from the Vice Squad.
Yeah, that probably happens all the time.
And LMPD is so stupid that they're just like, yeah, what do you need to know?
The cops are like, no one talked to the...
Were you looking for your cut from the latest police raid?
Just so you know, Vice is coming to town, so no one talked to them. And then it's just someone in the police office being like, hey, we've got a narcotics thing. I'm with Vice. And they're like, nope.
No way.
And they're like, you're my coworker.
Nuh-uh.
Boss said no cooperation.
Not anymore.
You got them glasses. You look like one of them.
Those look thick. You're wearing a beanie.
That would be cool. Got the beanie.
I see a flannel popping out of underneath your police uniform.
Yeah, are cops allowed to be cool?
No. Absolutely not.
The cops got to pat the bunny.
Hey, I'm one of the good ones.
No gods, no masters.
It's like a bike cop. He's got this bike as a pipe bomb sticker on it.
It's a bike cop and he has a basket. It's a bike cop.
It's a bike cop on a fixie.
Oh, man. I'm cool. I play polo. It's the way that
polo.
It's the way that in really shitty neighborhoods, they're like cops are like, oh, we go and play basketball with the kids, you know?
Yeah.
Sure. It's like Just some cop pulling up to a bunch of punks on like a fixie. You guys want to play bike polo?
Let's do it.
I'm just like you, man. Let's play bike polo.
Let's shotgun some whatever it is the kids are into these days.
I got a wash tub base.
Can you shotgun a buzz ball? I heard kids like the buzz balls.
Let's sing some Ghost Mice. Okay, that's when I knew he was a cop.
Still one of the most. If you can find it, I don't know how the hell.
I can't find it.
I don't know how I found it, but if someone else can find it, look up the Arrogant Sons of Bitches tour documentary from like 1973.
Yeah, I feel like it's like 10 minutes long.
It's like 15 minutes long.
It's great, man. A guy loses his wallet, and then, but it's okay because he puts a little sign up at the show,
and someone gives him all the change in their pocket, and then somebody else gives him $1. So that's like almost $3.
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
That's pretty good. When you lose your wallet and ID
and everything you need.
Someone's out there stealing his identity, but he's like, "Hey, a punk girl gave me a hug at a show."
I can go to Huddle House, and then everyone is immediately like, "You cannot go to Huddle House with that."
Oh, he does say that. I forgot about that.
That's a Huddle House dinner, and they're like, "You know that's not a Huddle House dinner, and we are not fronting you.
We're not kidding you. You know the horn players only get a little per diem."
There were 4 people at this show. Aaron.
His name was Aaron.
I don't know what his name was.
I bet his name was Aaron.
I bet his name was Aaron. Fat trombone player, losing his wallet. You'd think how big he was, it would keep his wallet firmly in his back pocket.
That's true.
Because like when I lose my wallet,
one of those things we don't know. Like maybe fat people. Maybe that's why fat guys always have chain wallets. It's because when you're real fat, your body just sort of pushes your pockets out.
Yeah.
Like whatever's in there is just getting pushed out.
Just
a little
pop
bit
out.
That might be a thing that we overlook.
Oh.
I'm gonna start sending people voice memo messages.
I love doing that.
That is the most psychotic thing anyone can do.
I love doing it.
Oh, I've noticed.
That's when you know I'm really going nuts.
Oh yeah.
I do not know how to type this.
That's always great too, because it's always prefaced by someone typing being like, "It's too much for me to type out."
This is too important, though.
This is too much to type out.
This is way too important. What if I remade Fazolis? Dan, I'm going to get a job at Fazolis. And I'm going to take over, okay? I'm going to take over. I'm going to run a pirate Fazolis. Fazolis doesn't know what they're doing. And by the time they catch me, I'll be the most successful Fazolis in this region. I'll be running this region in the next 2 to 3 years. So anyways, I can't do the podcast tomorrow. I have an interview.
Have you ever gotten an interview with Fazolis? What would you do to fix Fazolis?
Oh, do you really want to hear?
Yeah. Bring back free breadsticks?
They think they still have the free breadsticks, but I'm gonna. Okay, so listen.
We're gonna have bands play.
It's a drive-through, but Italian is not very good for drive-through. All right, so I'm gonna steal some ideas. Okay. That I've seen on the internet.
Okay.
I saw a really cool video of a restaurant that did like a pizza cone.
Yeah.
And then they'd fill it up with spaghetti or Alfredo. So I'm stealing that idea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
So you can eat that in the car. And it also just sounds delicious. It sounds delicious.
I think that's a good idea. I've seen that type of thing, and it never looks like a good idea.
No, you could eat that in the car easily. You could be flying down the expressway.
No, I just think it would suck. Because how would you bite it?
With your mouth?
Like, so you eat it like a cone, but you lick a cone. You don't bite a cone.
You bite a cone eventually.
Yeah, but then so at the bottom of this dish.
Yeah.
Let's call it a dish.
Well, what if you top it and you start at the bottom?
So the bottom of the dish is the loosest part?
No, you cap it. You bake it, you cap it on top.
So you're just describing a calzone?
Yes.
Okay.
But with pasta. The calzone isn't filled with pasta.
So you're describing a worse calzone.
A calzone sucks. I'm describing a better calzone. Actually, I do like calzones.
There is that place where it's like a Chipotle but Italian food.
Blaze?
No, that's a pizza restaurant.
Because that was my other thing, was just to buy out Blaze.
How are you going to buy it out?
I'll be CEO.
So your two options were to get a job at Fazolis and work your way up, or buy out Blaze.
No, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do a corporate merger once I'm CEO.
Okay.
No, this was an idea I had. This was my last big crazy idea.
Yeah.
I was just bothering everybody, telling them how I was going to transform Fazolis.
No, what are your other ideas other than that?
Well, I like personal pizzas with like 3 toppings, you know, a little bit like Blaze, you know.
Yeah.
And then
So it's gonna legitimately make a different restaurant.
yeah, I'm restructuring.
Why start with Fazolis?
What do you mean?
Why not just make a new restaurant?
Because Fazolis is failing.
Okay.
But they have the infrastructure.
They do have the infrastructure.
So I come in, turn it around for them.
That is how this works.
Turn it around.
His individual, the guy who runs Fazolis just goes around and goes, does anyone have any good ideas at this?
Well, listen, I wow them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we get our sales.
That is a good point, the whole thing of they won't notice until you're successful.
Our sales are through the roof. They come in, they say, what is this guy doing? And then I come in, and I'm wearing, an eye patch. I say, we're running a pirate Fazolis here.
But what if Antonio... Yeah, so the pirate thing was a theme. That's a theme.
It's a theme.
It is a theme. I didn't know. Okay. But what made you think that Antonio Fazzolio, who I assume is an Italian man?
Well, listen, first of all, their corporate headquarters is in Lexington.
Really?
So my plan was to just go to Lexington every Monday when I was off and request a meeting until I got a meeting with
So you got banned for life.
Because I looked into it.
Mini mall.
I looked into it, and the CEO of Fazolis just started his job. So maybe he's looking for a new team.
That would be pretty wild.
And listen, Fazolis actually put up record numbers during COVID.
You just said they're failing.
Well, they're going to be failing soon.
No, that's...
Fazolis ain't going to hold on to that. That was a COVID anomaly.
No, I bet that what happened there was people went and they were like, Fazolis doesn't fucking suck.
Fazolis doesn't suck.
It's more than just free breadsticks for when you're high.
Do you want to go to Fazolis after this?
I've never been to a Fazolis.
What?
No.
Oh, man.
There's one in Bloomington, and when I was there, everyone said they just stopped doing free breadsticks, so everyone was like, don't ever go there.
Don't fucking go ever. Don't you ever go to Fazolis.
Never go to Fazolis. No, look at this place, Piada. You should Piada restaurant. It's Italian street food.
So what, like sardines?
Yeah, it's just sardines. It's like Chipotle. They have food.
Unlocked 20. Is there a Piada in Louisville?
I don't know.
Maybe I could just open a Piada in Louisville.
That's kind of what I was saying. Why are you doing this weird?
Because I have a personal connection with Fazolis.
No, it looks like it is in Ohio and Indianapolis.
Texas.
And Texas, apparently.
Beaver Creek, Ohio. I know where that is.
Do you?
I sure do.
How?
I got family there.
Oh. I thought that maybe you just Googled the wrong thing once.
I was looking for beavers.
You said no.
There's one in Florence, Kentucky.
I was looking for beaver freak.
There's one in Florence, Kentucky, which is about a minute and a half from Ohio.
Yeah, I said Florence is. That's the Kentucky Cincinnati.
No, it looks good. What?
No, see, this is a great business.
Yeah, I just steal their idea.
And then, you know what? We could make a run up there, and then I'll bring a box of CDs.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin.
What?
That's how Piatti started.
It all started when my mom fucked my dad.
How'd you come up with the idea of Fazolis? Well, first my dad was horny. My mom was a little tipsy. They weren't planning on having a kid, but here I am running Fazolis, and you don't need to know anything about the stuff in the middle. How I got here, how long I wore an eye patch, whether or not I still talk to the ex-CEO.
Hey, maybe when you order your eye patches from Fazolis HQ, you get a couple extra, and I could try on my ear patch right there. No, if you can do the Fazolis thing, I believe in you, man.
I just think it would be fun.
Well, remember, I said that I do that week.
Because I'm going to start at the bottom, and then immediately I'm just going to be cutthroat. Get the general manager fired. Be like, oh, did you not hear? He sexually assaulted me. And when I told him I was going to tell someone, he reached into the register, took all the money out, and gave it to me. I put it back because I'm an honest man, but that's what happened.
You're just doing this all within 3 hours.
I go in to change into my Fazolis uniform and come out saying that.
You're just like, but I would like to throw my hat in the ring for manager.
I think
needs to steer the ship.
There's some woman there's been an assistant manager for 20 years, and I'm like,
this guy?
I just got out there and slash her tires. She doesn't have reliable transportation. She can't be a manager.
And when I told her, she said that she actually recommended that I stay silent, and I don't think that's okay.
She said I was trying to discuss how much everyone gets paid. And she said that's illegal, and it's not.
It's not actually illegal.
They can say that, but that's illegal. And I called the police. They're on their way. Just get everyone at this Fazolis arrested. I plant coke in some lady's fucking apron. Like, yeah, she offered me some drugs. And I think the dishwasher's selling weed. That's just a guess, but I'm right. I don't even have to plant anything there.
No, that's just... You just shoot that bullet. That'd be great. Yeah, can you just, like, get
It's like Goodfellas when everything's going wrong. That scene where they're just going around arresting everybody. All right, well, we're at an hour and a half here. I think that's enough. Come check out my Fazolis. It's on Dutchman's Lane.
Free breadsticks, but we charge for the butter.
Charge for the basket.